How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to keep things going with the interior build. We're going to be doing a full dash swap, going from the gray dash, just a simple one, to the black dash with the white stitching. It's going to look really good. I do have to say though, this is not going to be a tutorial necessarily. It's just going to be a lot of different clips showing the process and a lot of time lapse. So hopefully you guys can still get something from it. If you do have any questions though, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you. But that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Finally got this dashboard loose. You can see it's ready to come out. It really wasn't too difficult. There's a lot of screws. I wouldn't say it's hard to do. It's just a little time consuming. Requires a little bit of patience, but it's not too bad. I want to say right now though, I don't think I got this on film. It looks like I had everything taken off. It's mainly just a bunch of 7mm screws. There's maybe a couple of some of the larger ones behind here. There's a couple of 9s, and I think there's some 9s on top, and that's it. It's mostly 7mm, but it looks like I had it loose and I could not get this thing to come off. I can tell that something was holding it, and it ended up being up here on the very top. I knew about the speakers. You have to remove the speakers. Those are holding it in. But I had up here, I had these little plastic panels covering, and when I popped those off, there's some, I think those were 9mm and maybe 10, I'm not sure. Those are a little bigger though. But there's one over there, and then there's one on the driver's side. It's really difficult to get in there. You're going to need some kind of swivel socket or something to get in there, because I was just busting my knuckles the whole time. But finally got it off. As long as you have a swivel, it's not too bad. And yeah, this thing's ready to come out. Make sure everything's disconnected. I disconnected the battery because when I pull this out, I'm going to have to disconnect the airbags. And other than that, it's ready to come out. You are going to have to either remove the steering wheel, or in my case, I just dropped the steering column. I feel like that's easier. I didn't want to have to deal with removing the steering wheel personally. It's 4 bolts on the bottom that hold the steering column up, so I just removed that. Just enough to clear this so that we can get it out of the truck. It's a new day and the dash is already out, so the goal for today is to get the new dash in. I haven't even showed you the new dash yet, so let's check that out real quick. All right, so here's the old dash here in front. There's the new one in the back. Now the old one's just the regular Tradesman Express dash. It's just gray, pretty simple. The new one's the black one with the white stitching on it. I think it looks pretty nice. This is a brand new dash. I ordered it directly from Mopar. Went and picked it up in San Antonio. It was a better deal that way rather than getting it shipped. But yeah, I mean, it's a brand new dash, so it should look pretty good in the truck. But before we put this dash in, there's a few things we have to do still, or I have to do still. One of the major things is, okay, we have to switch over the airbag. That should be pretty simple. You can see this bracket right here, that's from the airbag. We just have to, I'm sure that's just maybe 2 bolts probably. We just have to swap that over to there. That's simple enough. But the other thing is, I need to make room for the new speakers. So in the dash, whenever I remove these things, it is a pain. I mean, like, you have the windshield like right here. It's really, really close, so it's really hard to get to this stuff. So ideally, I'm gonna try to do this right now while it's out of the truck. That way everything's ready. I can put it in. I don't have to worry about messing with any of that. But this is what came out. These nasty little things. These things are all busted and gross. So these just mount in there, just like that. And as you could see, there's already this like little gap here. That's the way it is. That's the way they came. Ideally, what you want to do is separate the front wave from the back wave. So in this case, you don't have separation because, you know, you have the front wave here. It's kind of mixing with the back wave. So if you can isolate this whole front part, that's the best case. So that's kind of the goal. But obviously, we're not going to be using these. These are going to be going in Image Dynamics ID4s. These are 4-inch speakers. So this is a 3.5, and these are 4-inch. As you could see, they are definitely larger. The mounting holes aren't even the same. So the goal is to get these guys to fit. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, these are really nice. I've already kind of tested them out just to hear them, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use these or not, but after testing them out, man, they sound so much better with these on. I'm definitely going to use these only for the dash. The door speakers are going to be fully treated, so that's a whole different story. But for the dash, these things do sound really good in there. So I'm going to have to find a way to, I'm going to use a Dremel, trim out some of this stuff just to get them to fit. I'm pretty sure the mounting screws are not going to fit anymore. So I'm probably going to have to use some insert nuts or something just to secure them. But first I'm going to get this trimmed out. We'll see what kind of space we're working with, and then we'll take it from there. We got these all trimmed up, put the inserts in there. These are ready to go. I'm only going to be using 2 out of the 4 mounting screws, but that'll be plenty to hold these in. As you can see, these drop right in, line up pretty nice. The only thing we have to worry about is this open space here, but the way that I plan on taking care of that is I'm going to be using some SoundSkin speaker rings. I like these because they're closed-toe foam, so it's a really dense foam, but also you can cut them to length, to size, the way that you want them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around, and you can see it takes up that space perfectly. So I'm just going to tuck it in underneath. That way this will take up the exact space. I can just kind of compress it in there a little bit, wrap it all the way around, and then with this it'll be seated nicely against the speaker grill. That way it'll be firing directly into the cabin, and I don't have to worry about, you know, loss of that front wave getting underneath the dash or anything. So that should work out pretty good. And then of course we're gonna have these little cup things. Like I said, I did test it out already and it sounds much better with these, so I will be using those after all. I was planning on maybe doing this, like assembling everything and then fitting it into the truck, but after doing a little bit of test fitting, I think it's going to be better if I put the dash in first and then assemble, just so I can make sure that everything fits. All I have to do now is swap over the airbag from the old one to the new one, and then this dash is ready to go back in. Airbags in, speaker holes are trimmed out, inserts put in place. Looks like it's ready. This is the current state of my interior. So we're gonna get this thing put back in. I already ran some speaker wire, put some female connectors on there, heat shrink, nice and clean. I already ran them, routed them, and I left plenty of slack for the amps. So I just got to pull these through the holes, and then there's obviously some harnesses and stuff that I have to work with, but either way I'll figure that out along the way. The dashboard is finally in. Got everything all buttoned up. I haven't put the vents in yet and a few other pieces because I'm gonna end up painting those, so I'm just gonna leave them out for now. But one thing I found when I was doing the gauge cluster is the shroud, the piece that goes around, looks like it's different for this dash than the one that I used to have. This is the one that I had from a tradesman, and it looks like it doesn't line up. There's like some kind of extra piece or something else that I need, so I'm gonna look online, see if I can find a part number for that. I'm not gonna worry about the radio just yet because I'm gonna be doing all the wiring and stuff, so I'm just gonna leave that off. But everything got buttoned up really good. I even got the back screws in there. Speakers haven't gone in yet, that's gonna go in soon. But right now what we're gonna do is install this pocket over here. So before, this is what I had. It was just a pocket, pretty plain and simple, and you know, kind of annoying honestly because it doesn't do anything. It's kind of an eyesore. But I'm gonna be installing this in there. I've had this part laying around for a minute. This is basically the same thing. It has the pocket, but now I'm gonna have a little door. So it came with like a little latch too, that just to make everything work. I like this one because it's black and I realize it says Rebel. No, I don't have a Rebel. Honestly, I don't really care. I'm gonna use it for now. My plan is to take this piece off and get something, maybe like BG ink, or get something that's basically get like an emblem made and get it replaced. But for now, it's fine. I'm not trying to make it a Rebel. I just really like the way it looks, so let's get that installed. If you buy that kit, there's actually a light that comes on it, and if you look on the back of the harness, on this part back here, this piece was taped to it, and it's just sitting there doing nothing. So I untaped it, and this is the connector for the light, so it's already there. You already have it in the truck. I connected it, test fitted it, and it worked. And I went ahead and popped an LED light in there while I'm at it, just so everything looks nice and clean. That thing, I tested it out with the other one, and it was all nasty and yellow. Got the dash speakers in, ended up fitting really good. We managed to be able to fill the holes on the side with the speaker rings, and as you can see, it's kind of sticking up just a little bit. So once these speaker grills are installed, it'll kind of push the foam down and it'll isolate the front wave from the back wave. I got the grills resprayed, sanded them down, cleaned them up really good, and these things are looking brand new. What I also did was I found some UV cloth online. It's specifically for speakers, so the sound will still be able to come out. And I cut a piece, used some glue just to secure it in place, and it looks really clean. You can't even tell that they're there. But the idea with these is to protect the speakers. You know, they're gonna be out here in the sun just baking. It gets really hot over here in Texas, so this is just gonna help it a little bit. Plus, in the future, I'm gonna end up tinting the windshield also, so that should help as well. That's gonna wrap up today's video. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the process so far. I know that a lot of this stuff isn't super exciting, but right now I'm just laying down all the groundwork for the upgrades that are coming up. We have the headliner to do. We're gonna be installing the map lights in there. We still have seats, center console, sound system, door panels. The end result is gonna be awesome. So I'm hoping you guys keep up with the entire build. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Right now my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but I'll be happy once I get there. And then of course after that, bigger and better goals. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all on the next one.